The PAC will brief the media today on the outcomes of its three-day National Executive Committee Lekgotla over the weekend. The party, which is part of the Government of National Unity, deliberated on issues around governing policy alternatives, the PAC local government impact, and preparations for their National Elective Congress later this year. So the meeting is ahead of this week's Cabinet Lekgotla that will take place from the 29th to the 30th of January. The Lekgotla resolutions will form the basis of the State of the Nation address. Let's try to go now to SABC News political reporter once again, Natasha Phiri. Natasha, good morning to you. Thanks indeed for your time. I hope you can hear me this time. What are some of the key issues, apart from what I've mentioned, that we're expecting to come out of this meeting that the party is holding?
Well, thank you so much, Crisalda. Of course, they also expected to take stock of, this year's activities of the PAC. It's a crucial year for the PAC, Crisalda, as they will be holding the Elective Congress this year, as you correctly cited, but also to map out their plans, their visions as a that they actually form part of the Government of National Unity. The party's leader, Mr. Mzwanele Nyonto, actually holds a crucial role in, the Government of National Unity, as he's the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development. So this comes at a very important time. Like you mentioned there in your introduction, there's a Cabinet Lekgotla that will be taking place on the 29th and the 30th, of January. And of course, they as a PAC aim to actually, bring their deliberations also to that Cabinet Lekgotla meeting, which you've correctly cited, that will inform, part of the basis of the State of the Nation address that will be taking place on the 6th of February, Crisalda, which is about 2 weeks from now. But it should be a very interesting Cabinet Lekgotla. You've been reflecting time again on the issue of the expropriation bill. The PAC actually welcomes that. Yesterday, we saw the Democratic Alliance saying that they're vehemently opposed to this, and as members of the GNU, they actually want to review their relationship within the GNU. We'd want to also get a reaction from the PAC, as they actually form part of that GNU. But it's also crucial, Crisalda, because we heard the DA leader, Mr. John Steenhuisen, saying that he wants to invoke, Section 19 of the Statement of Intent. And if I'll just read it out to you and our viewers, it actually states that sufficient consensus exists when all parties had the opportunity to express their views. Despite reasonable attempts to resolve disagreements and find common ground, there's no general consensus. Section 9 3 says parties to the GNU representing 60% of the seats in the National Assembly agree. 4 says any part that disagrees has been able to formally record their objections, and this is what the DA intends to do. We'll be getting reaction here from the PAC in this regard, but also they'll be taking stock and just reflecting on the deliberations of what they've been talking about this past weekend.